They'll start out here with the option left. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
But you look at this Bronco defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Rush in, rush on the ball, now.
Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco, it's Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This defense for the Broncos, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Off the play fake, Irwin.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Not today, you aren't. Not today. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try the left side. It's Fletcher.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. The Broncos at 1-8 now on the year. They come in on a 1-game winning streak. See if you can call it that. But remember, that was on the heels of an 8-game losing streak. So try to keep it positive here.
I'm going to take your advice. I think that's a good idea. Let's keep it positive. But let's face it, it's almost like in the theater. You're only as good as your last performance. They're hoping to make this an extended run now, not close after one performance.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Airs this out for Matthews. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Looking to throw on second down. Irwin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, 70 Ranger.
Operating from the gun. Irwin, he's going to go for a big play downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam. Check Mike 54, Mike 54. Watch QB draw.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackle by Jordan Elliott.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Watch the screen. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. You.
Throwing is Wilson. Touchdown! Greg Dulcich, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Point after here coming up. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
In motion left goes a tight end. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Willis. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Hey, here we go.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
That's trash. Mike 7. Mike 7. Oh, you got deep?
Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 32 that time.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On second down, here's Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Garindo. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on third down, Irwin.
And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And this will be taken at the 13.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, it's Fletcher. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Mike 7, get that quarterback.
Now Wilson on second down. Open target here is Matthews. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. They're not ready for this, man.
On second down, Wilson.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Watch out. Let's go.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
Baron Browning on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 7-yard line.
Looking to throw. Irwin. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Broncos 6. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
To throw is Wilson. And this one is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Good footwork at the 30. Good move at the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Irwin. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this is going to be 49er football.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down. Shift. Watch that.
Throwing to start the drive. Irwin. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk. As time expires in the 1st half. And the 49ers will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Right back to him on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Mike 7.
They go play action with Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Man left. We got three down.
Here's Wilson to throw. Going deep here for Matthews. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's how you flip field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Check Mike.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have come back to make it a 2-point game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Kill.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. To throw on 2nd down.
Irwin. That is incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 2nd down and 6 now.
Mike 7. Mike 7. Check pass.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now Wilson on 1st down. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Fletcher, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Mike 54.
Now Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Hey, watch Sam.
Now it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a toss here, short side. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they have regained the lead. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Big stop, let's go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. 4 down.
Off play action. Irwin. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Irwin out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Connects with Kittle underneath. Escapes the defender. And he's taken down inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Irwin.
That's complete to Pearsall.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, San Francisco.
Shut up! Panther 60! Panther 60! Watch run! Shift!
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Let's go, defense.
Back to throw. Irwin. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. So nothing doing there, and now it's 3rd and 3. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up young.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, check. Mike 55, Mike 55. Get your
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead.
Makes the score Niners 21, Broncos 16. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Mike 54. I got him. Mike's 5'4, Mike's 5'4, Mike's 5'4. Time to go, night. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Now Wilson. Finding Sutton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's 2nd down.
Championships, baby. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
Throwing now is Wilson.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Wilson to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike 7.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
That's what I do. Mike 55. Mike 55.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he will dive trying to get the first down, but it looks like he's going to be marked down just short. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for San Francisco, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.